Hey, Meraki.
And this is our Juicy Mixtape. Let's go, come on.
Alright. Are you okay?
Ready now?
We're good. Yeah, we got it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Breathe.
So I'm sure you guys have been asked this a million times, but I'm gonna ask you anyway. Why did you guys choose the name Meraki?
Ooh.
Brian, I think you should answer this.
I actually don't know.
I will answer this. Basically, we were looking to just kind of have a band name that represented us, and in the end, we had a friend of ours who suggested we call ourselves Meraki, which in a Greek word is to do what you love with your heart and soul.
Yeah.
And we added another K because let's just do it lah. So we put a K there just to be a bit more different.
Make it special.
Yeah, make it a bit special.
Yeah. Because if you search up now, I think there are
There's lots of
Merakis out there. Soap
Really?
brands, restaurants,
Candles?
candles. Yeah.
But
So
only one with 2 Ks.
that's right. We are the only Meraki out there with 2 Ks.
Okay, so you guys put out a bunch of songs back in 2020 on your EP, and then after that 2 years break, 2022, you've had 4 singles, right?
That's right.
So what experiences between those 2 years, apart from a global pandemic and a million lockdowns, lent itself to you creating the 4 singles that you released this year?
We're from Summer University, so we had access to a lot of music opportunities. So in terms of being able to write and record, I think we had those. So I think our first EP, we just had a lot of opportunities to be together and to write those music, all the music that we did in the Dream State EP. But really lacked a lot of experience, right?
Yeah. I guess we learned a lot from the first one.
Yeah.
And we used that whatever we learned to write the second one. Because most of the time we were apart from each other.
Yeah,
So
I
we
mean
had
the
to
pandemic,
record
right?
on our own. Right, basically you wrote most of it on your own.
Yeah.
Which you normally already do.
No, I won't take any credit for that. But yeah,
Too
I mean, the new set of singles that are coming out were completely done all online. So we everything was recorded either in my studio, which is my bedroom, or
That's a vibe.
Yeah, it's a vibe. And then either tracks sent from these guys over, and then we just kind of pieced the songs together.
But you guys basically did the whole thing during lockdown.
Yeah.
Damn,
Most
how
of
was
it.
that? What was the process like? Back and forth, Zoom calls.
What was it like? for
Yeah,
you?
basically Zoom calls every week.
Yeah.
Catching up in what we're updating each other. And we had to record. So basically you start with drums usually.
Yeah.
And then from there, he'll start his guitar parts, and I do my keys, and then bass.
So that's how you start. You start with drums usually.
Most of the time, yes, most of the time.
So you don't start with the lyrics. Come at the end.
The lyrics.
Lyrics is usually the song is already written.
So
But
you
in terms of
lyrics
recording
first
it,
and
yes.
then the.
No,
Yeah.
Song first.
Song first.
Songs
Yeah.
are written.
Song first.
We don't really have a structure.
Yeah, there's no
You know,
different
I think-
songs
on
have
the song.
different stories, I guess.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
there's no perfect science to making a song.
Yes, yeah.
Trust me,
So-
we're still figuring it out.
I think everybody's still figuring it out, right?
We like to call it organic, I suppose.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's a big word.
I guess so. Big
So are we
syllable
gonna
word.
see an album this year?
Yes,
Yes?
we will be putting out an album this year.
Sure.
I hope so.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Should I say the name of the album? I think that.
Can you?
Cool.
Yeah,
I think
go
this
for
is
it.
actually the perfect place to say.
Go for it.
We are putting out the album called Handle with Care.
Handle with care.
Yes. So any boxes that you ship from anywhere that isn't from Malaysia, they tape it all across. And I think the whole purpose behind that was that I think we all became a little fragile during the pandemic. I think
Yeah.
we got to know a bit more about ourselves, and I think a lot of bad things, happen to everyone. So I
Yeah.
think with that, everyone just needs to be a little bit more, I don't know,
To be handled with a little more care.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was the whole package of this album. So
I guess in terms of creating art, right? All those experiences during the pandemic, that really did those things kind of translate in a beautiful way into your music?
We would like to believe so. I feel. I mean, all those random calls over COVID and all that.
And just all the feelings, you
Yeah,
know?
there's all the feelings, I guess we're trying our best to, express ourselves
Yeah.
in a certain way. If you rewind back to our songwriting process and all that, there's a lot of just me, hey Dom, are you free right now? I literally have a tune in my head and I'm at work, so I cannot do anything. So okay, Dom, just like beep boop beep boop. I'm just sending him like a voice call, and it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of got it, but not really. We'll meet later. That was when the pandemic eased up, and then like I'll go to his place, and then we'll try to figure it out, and that's how we wrote like some of our songs.
No, but like you guys are amazing to actually be productive during the pandemic and
Oh,
create
thank you very
art
much.
and music and
It was
all
not
of that.
easy.
Like,
It was not easy.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
yeah, was
Yeah.
it hard?
Very, very
I think there was a lot of
difficult.
discipline that had to be
Yeah.
put into place. I think a lot of us, because in terms of as an indie band, this doesn't, we don't make a
Yeah.
lot from this in that sense.
Yeah.
This was like extra.
Because this is
financial
not
support
this is
or
not
anything,
your main job. This is your
So
technically your side hustle lah, but it's your
Yes.
art.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think everyone saw the pandemic as like as a buffer. I think like let's just take it easy, and then when this whole thing blows over, then we start.
Yeah.
But then I think if anything, we knew that it was going to be the hardest when we to start after the pandemic had blown over.
To start fresh there,
Yeah,
so
you
you
know.
had time.
Yeah.
So might as well just keep ourselves busy and move on, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I love the name of your mixtape, Me and Curry Juicy Mixtape. So
That's right.
fun. How did you come up with it?
It's a funny story. We don't have, we've had quite a lot of good gig opportunities, and we played at our favorite place, Rio.
Oh, nice.
I think this is our first time playing at Rio, so this was in Central Depot, and there was like a sort of not miscomm between the announcer, and then he was like, and up next we have me, Curry. So we were like,
Oh my god!
I love that. Let's keep that.
Yeah.
So and me and Curry,
Yeah.
Who doesn't like me and Curry, right?
That's true.
Who does it? All Malaysian here.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I think it's good that you guys took it in good spirits. You know
Yeah.
how some people be like, oh, what the hell, I'm not performing.
We should have seen Aaron. He's like, wait.
So you guys have your EP is called Dream State, right?
Yes.
So how do you get into that perfect dream state? Or what does being in a dream state mean to you?
Okay, Brian, go first.
Great. Dream state. I mean, if you're talking about the songs and all that,
The vibe.
the vibe on it, it's just like each song is quite unique from each other. I feel it's not like a template that's copy paste all over. So in a sense, though, that dream state is just like you're constantly like one moment to the next, but you don't know how you're going through it.
I mean,
in
that's
that-
a dream, right? You wake
Yeah,
up and
that's
you're
a
like
dream.
all the different moments, but you can't quite string them together.
Exactly. So I guess that is how we're trying to make sense of our EP, because we're trying it out for the first time together.
Yeah.
And we're all just like a bunch of students that got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I guess that to me would be a representation of what dream state is. Just going through the songs and figuring it out. Yeah.
What about you guys?
I guess our sound was also a lot different compared to like our newer songs. So there's a lot like based on like instrumentation we use in terms of like the synths and keys.
Yeah, we went for a really bedroom pop.
Yeah.
The core thing was as long as the guitars were there.
Yeah.
We had like
Hence
synth.
why like the colors.
Bedroom
like,
pop.
Yes.
What is that? I've never heard of that.
Bedroom pop is pop music you write in your
Yeah,
room.
basically that.
I hope.
Literally that.
So it sounds like very, how we say, like not professional, like
Yeah.
not studio quality.
What's the other word people use for that? I don't think you would say like not professional. Maybe it's just more raw.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of
More raw,
nice.
Don't put us down.
Yeah. So as a band with 6 members, there's so many of you guys, how do you balance the creative process? I mean, I can imagine there's different opinions, different ideas. Like,
Oh yeah.
how do you
Or
how do you
fight.
keep the peace?
We fight a lot.
You gotta let it out first.
If
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
if I can be completely honest, okay, the core thing is that we have to select one leader, and that's me. And
Alright, that's it.
Where time to go?
and how we do that, I think it's just easier to kind of have one person call the shots. I think whether it comes down to live performance arrangements or like arranging within within the song itself. I think it helps in that way. But I like to think I'm quite free and easy. So normally anything the boys throw at me, I'll be like, yeah, let's put it in. I wouldn't even question it. So like, yeah, I think most of the things like what Brian mentioned when he would like give me like calls, most of that became the singles that you hear today actually. So it's like I guess he is really the genius behind the song. So yeah. It's I guess that's how we handle the creative process between the six of us.
There's so many of you guys, but that's kind of amazing if you look back in like 10 years at some of your songs and you have the voice notes that started it all. Like
Yes.
that will one day be worth millions and millions of dollars.
We do hope.
Please buy on voice.
Buy our voice.
When you create the songs, right, is it generally a collaborative effort, or do you guys like have certain songs where only one of you have worked on it and written it?
I think we got a good mix of both.
Yeah.
There are some songs where Dom is just like, hey, I wrote a song, and he just shows it to us. Which song was that? I Think She Hates Me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was full Dom. Still one of my favorite songs on the album.
Oh, you like the songs?
I don't like the other. No, no, I'm kidding. But other times it's like a bit more collaborative, where let's say Ian will write a certain beat line, and then I'll input some chords here and there, and then we get the drums from Wilfred and all that. It's a bit harder now. I mean, back then when we're all separated, but it was much easier when we all like jam together. Yeah, so jamming together is like in 10 minutes we'll probably get our tune.
Yeah.
Nothing concrete, but at least something there.
But you can just vibe, you feel each other's energy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, there's
Because
nothing like being in person.
everyone has already put their input into the song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like,
I can't say it's not out yet.
That's okay, but I think
When is it coming out?
what are you talking about?
that, or we have one single that we really like. It's called Albertino, because we
Albertino?
were naming it after our percussionist Albert, who kind of really just pieced it together.
Yeah.
So that'll be coming out in the album.
Yeah.
But I think
When is it coming out? Because this will only be coming out in early October, so it might be out by then.
no,
No?
it will be
Not
out.
a chance.
It will be out closer to November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying a date because I'm not.
Because you never know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess adding on to what they said about the recording process is that I would say half the songs were actually ready before the pandemic, in terms of like we actually played it and we could play it, and some of it we were playing live. So in a way, the pandemic wasn't. Well, not kind of. I nearly said the pandemic wasn't hard. The pandemic was very hard, but in terms of writing like a full album, we already had 5 ready, and then just 5 more to write. And then in the end, it's just like really piecing it together. So. Yeah, it was a simple enough process for.
I mean, I think the pandemic is hard for some things and easier for others.
Yeah.
So one of the songs on your mixtape is Come Inside My Heart by Ivy of Spades. So they're a Filipino rock band. As a Malaysian band, what is your perspective of the Asian music scene?
What I was supposed to say about this.
I'll let you guys go first.
I think the Asian.
How far? Like Asia?
As far as you'd like, I guess. I mean, maybe let's think more Southeast Asia,
Okay.
like 88 Rising in Indonesia, and then like the Filipino, this Ivy of Spades, and in Singapore, and all of that. Like, what do you guys think of it?
I would say that I think before Meraki was even a thing, I was really not listening to a lot of Southeast Asian music. But I think now that we've been putting out songs and therefore we need to look for references. It's nice to see that within the Southeast Asia music scene, there's, I don't know, like we're not there yet, but it feels in reach. I feel like there are a lot of indie artists that are out there that I can really relate to and reference and hope to become some.
Yeah, like what they've done is like you can accomplish yourself also.
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, even when we were playing your guys' music in the office and all the other local bands, like I slowly get to learn more about the Malaysian music scene, and every time we're like, oh my god, my mom will be like, hey, is this a Malaysian band? I'm like, yeah, they are. And we're like, they're so good, it's world class.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not being nice.
Oh.
It's just true.
Okay.
So there's like a sense of nostalgia in the music that you guys make, and are there certain notes of like familiarity that you try to like put through your song? Because there's just this vibe, I feel like dreamy, a bit vintage, kind of. That's the vibe I get from your music.
I mean, you guys work on the mixes, so.
I mean, ultimately for the music that. Give me a second.
I guess a lot of it is also instrumentation that we use. So like in terms of me personally, like the keys I choose tend to be a bit more vintage style.
Yeah.
Like those electric pianos or Rhodes.
Yeah.
So that's why you kind of get that feeling.
Yeah.
So usually I keep it to somewhere along those lines for most of the songs. In terms of like guitars, drums, about almost like there's a certain style I use, the way you strum.
Yeah, anything that can kind of just have that kind of 80s kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Anything nostalgic, I think we won't hesitate to put it in. Yeah, that's how
We just like it.
Yeah.
And do you just have like, is that just your guys' personal preference when it comes to music, or is it something that triggered it to have this kind of nostalgic vibe?
I think definitely, I mean, we all have very different music tastes. So I guess like the current indie pop music, which is the nostalgic kind of music, is something that we could all land on, like, yes, this is music that we like and we want to put out. So I think hence why the decision to do that was
Like we all like it.
really straightforward to follow.
But it never be like a conscious decision, like, yeah, this is the...
It's just like a
is
natural
the sound,
evolution.
Yeah, I just came along quite naturally.
That's amazing. So have you guys ever made or received a mixtape or playlist
As in,
for somebody else? For a crush, for a friend?
have you made a playlist?
Yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay,
Yes, my girlfriend just went to Europe and she was like, just make me the fattest playlist you can when I'm on the plane so she could listen to it. So yes, I recently...
That's
Just made a playlist,
cute. That's
yes.
so nice. Like a nice way to connect.
Yeah, it was, at least she could hear the songs and like, okay, I know why Dom put this here at this point, that kind of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Unfortunately for both of us,
yes.
singletons.
Don't.
Even though single can still make a mixtape for
I
a
make
crush.
playlists for night drives. That's it. I love my night drives.
Yeah.
And I like rainy nights, stuck in traffic maybe.
Yeah.
I just have like my 75 song playlist and just on shuffle. And
Nice.
it's more towards like the chill, more chill music. A lot of
So is it like a vibe, or is it like, how do you like title your playlist?
I just go straight up night drives.
Night
I
drives.
just straight up night
Yeah.
drive, but the feel of it, I guess, is more like relaxed, but also, I guess sometimes boppy. You've heard it,
Yeah, I've heard it. It's not bad.
yeah. Not bad.
Which means it's good.
better.
Get out.
What about you?
I mean, I have tons of plays that I make just for myself to listen. Don't think I made it for anyone else, like a crush or anything. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or even a friend?
No. But I do share my plays. I do share my plays a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so
That's
usually like, if I'm
nice.
playing something in the car with a friend and be like, yo, this song is really good.
Alright,
And it's like, oh, let me check your playlist. And then they listen to my playlist. So, but I've like, cause like the type of songs I listen to, like they range from like, some days this is like rock, could be jazz at sometimes. So it's just like, I feel like tons of playlists for different kind of moods.
Everyone listens to old music before they become TikTok popular.
Yes.
That's what I like to think of everyone.
Yes.
Like, you listen to them, and when you listen to them, people are like,
Yeah.
yo,
Hey, that's a TikTok song. I was like, what? What do you mean? Because I'm rarely on TikTok.
Yeah.
So if someone tells me like, someone's like, this Michael Jackson song is like a TikTok song, I was like, that is just shameful. Cannot.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just be like hearing something on the radio and I'm like, oh, this is that TikTok song, like the top 50s now
Yeah.
are all the TikTok songs. So what is it about Boy Pablo that like is such an inspiration for you guys?
Bang, here's the question. I was trying to avoid talking about Pablo because I felt like it was going to come.
You kick it off.
It's in your Instagram bio, okay?
Oh yeah, I put it there.
It is. It's also like the main reason is like, okay, we're gonna play Boy Pablo songs. You in or you out?
Yes.
Yes, let's go. That's how you recruited me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, pretty much.
I think our core reference is Boy Pablo because I felt that I love the musicality, the lyrics, and as well as the style. I think everything about Boy Pablo was like something that
It's like just like an inspiration.
we saw in ourselves.
Yeah.
That's what we felt. So
It's like we want to be those guys, that kind of thing.
yeah. So in terms of referencing a lot of what they do, I mean we have a lot of respect for them. So
They just resonated with you guys
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
But what is it? What specifically is it?
My favorite thing about Boy Pablo, personally, was the lyrics. I think the fact that everything about them was so simple, you know, but like their music could resonate with people. I really enjoyed that. I think it's like sorry.
A lot of things.
he was able to write music without needing to put a lot of complicated lyrics involved. You know, it was very, very. I'm feeling lonely. I'm feeling sad. I miss you. All this kind of thing. Just so simple. And then about how he writes the music that I know anyone can listen to it. And, yeah, that's a bop. You know.
Maybe it's just about being honest.
Yeah. You know what?
Being honest, being straightforward with his lyrics and all that. So,
It's like simple, but it's like clean.
Yeah,
and just. So your debut single "Cafeteria" is about a favorite store of your guys' that closed down, right?
did you tell her that?
No, I didn't tell him that.
Oh please, we do a lot of research, lah.
Didn't tell anyone that. Who sold us out?
So if you guys can make another song about some special place, where would it be and why?
If you had to write,
Ooh.
We wrote a few songs there.
Yeah,
about
even,
a special place.
Thankfully,
Disco Land is about
also.
Penang.
Oh
Yes.
really?
Yeah, that's Ian's song. Our
Oh nice.
Yeah, so that's where he's from,
Yeah,
and that's why Disco actually means like Penang.
Yeah.
Him, yeah.
yeah, homecoming. That was a goal. You know? So, and hence why we put that song at the end of the EP, because it's like he's gonna take you on a trip. That was the whole point.
at the end of every gig, really.
Yeah. So that was.
Sorry, what was the question again?
So my question was, if you were to write another song about a special place, where would it be and why?
I mean, the one place we all the members have in common would be uni, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that could be a
that could be a thing.
a good place to
Back to
write a
school.
song about. Yeah. Where
Yeah.
we met, where we had our
Where it
first
all began?
Yeah, where it all began,
Yeah.
our first
Yeah.
practice, everything.
Yeah. I guess that would it would
Yeah.
be that, or I suppose like a most memorable gig. You know, I think anything that was with Rio and like Sinto Depot, like we mentioned earlier. I don't know, like having those big experiences kind of gives us like different landmarks within what
Yeah.
Meraki is, you know. So I think,
Or Anwar Maju.
yeah, or our favorite mama, which
Yeah.
is Mama Maju in some way. So
Because we
yeah,
always say after gigs.
It's
you know?
ritual at this point.
Yeah.
If we're not there after gigs,
there's a problem.
there's a problem.
Something's wrong, yeah.
Something's wrong with us.
Yeah.
So how do you guys order the songs when you make when you're making an album or you're making an EP?
Well, I mean, the best reference would be for Dream State. The most surface way we do it is fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. There is no, in terms of the thought process, we think about that a bit later. So for Dream State, we try to for Dinosaur being the first song in the EP, we wanted to sort of present like a problem, because Dinosaur is about like kind of losing a friend, not in a sad way, but like just losing touch or with a friend. So it's like, you know, how from there you reminisce about cafeteria, you know, about being in school, and then in the end you kind of round it off with like Disco Land, which is what we mentioned. Yeah. So it's sort of like we want to order in a way where it feels like a roller coaster. We don't want to put too many fast songs next to each other. If not, people think about these guys just keep
It's
going
like-
as hard as they can.
Yeah.
They just run out of breath.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's balancing
So you
between
try to
like,
like
the
create
dynamics.
that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have like many iterations of how the order goes, and then at the end you're like, okay, this is the final one?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did go through like a
We went
bunch.
through 2,000 different.
So many like.
Considering there
Yeah.
was only 5-6 songs in there,
Yeah.
it took so long.
Because you have to actually listen to it in
To it
order
in order, yeah.
to really find out how it actually feels.
Yeah.
So it's like putting it on paper.
Yeah.
the
Kind of thing.
transition.
Yeah.
Transition and everything. And also we wanted to make it feel like the transitions was a little bit nicer in like different situations, like you're listening at home, listening in the car. So and different cars as well. So like that's how we
Yeah.
always check. Yeah, so I guess there's a lot of trial and error.
A
Yeah.
lot of thought put into it.
A lot of thought,
You can tell because it's really good.
Thank you.
So those are all the questions I have for you guys. So do you guys have anything you want to plug before we say goodbye?
Oh yeah, do follow our Instagram. It's Meraki with 2 Ks _band.
How do you spell that?
MERAKKI.
Let's go
Correct.
then.
Yes.
Be sure to check out our Spotify, which is just type in Meraki. We have a lot more new singles coming out. It's got an upcoming album, and our favorite. I'm so pumped about this. We have merch coming out. We have merch coming out in collaboration with Safe House Clothing. So that will be out fairly soon. So be sure to drop us a DM on Instagram and get your shirt, get your own Meraki shirt. How cool is that? That's crazy.
Lit.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
We did
We're
it.
done. You did it.
Thank you.
You did it.
I'm gonna make you, I'm gonna make you, I'm gonna make you mine, I'm gonna make
We got it. Yes. First try.
Nice. So
Didn't say it was
pick
good.
from-
Just go
The
ahead.
wrong idea.
I'm gonna